हाँ जी। जी, लेट्स स्टार्ट। इन क्लासेस का मूल उद्देश्य क्या रहेगा? जब भी कोई स्टूडेंट आरबीआई ग्रेड बी के लिए शुरू करता है, आरबीआई ग्रेड बी इज द highest ranking exam in India. After all, Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of India. And when somebody is preparing for this exam, one has to be very much particular about one's ability to write freely on current affairs, economics, finance, and fundamentals of management. And in these classes, we will learn how to write good answers which will fetch us better marks. If you really want to know what is the right strategy to cultivate one's writing skills, then you have to look at the previous year papers. So in these sessions, I will focus on how current affairs get asked in your exam. So see, RBI grade B in phase 1 has two sections. One is your aptitude part that is common to all exams. Quant, reasoning, English, and general awareness. But you know, this part in particular has a weightage of 80 marks. And reasoning has a weightage of 60 marks. Then we have for Quant and English 30 marks. And you know, in phase 1, each question carries 1 mark. So you can see 60 plus 80, 140 marks are only from these two sections. In the morning, we have started some curated question which will definitely help you in understanding the requirement of this exam. In general, most of the students from Hindi region or Hindi speaking areas, I know, most of the students from Hindi speaking areas, आप लोगों को एको तो नहीं आ रही? कोई कह रहा है कि इसमें एको आ रहा तो मुझे बता दीजिए so that we can accordingly correct it. Is there any okay ना? शुभम कोई एको तो नहीं है? Any echo there? अभी थोड़ी है. अपने आप आ रहा हो. वो किस कारण से आ रहा है? क्यों? चेंज कर दो ना उसको. चेंज कर दो इसको. क्वालिटी है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. अपने बच्चे आराम से चेंज करो. नहीं, ये क्यों? अरे सर, उसी से तो दिक्कत है, और क्या है. इसीलिए तो ये व्यवस्था की थी. उसमें हटाओ ना थोड़ा सा. आप वाले में सर्च करो, उसमें उस पर लगा लो, क्या दिक्कत है. खास. मैंने जो पूछा वो सवाल का जवाब दे दीजिए. कोई थोड़ी साउंड आ रही है आपको? हेलो. गुड इवनिंग. अभी आवाज आ रही? ये आवाज क्यों आ रही? साउंड को थोड़ा हाई करें. कुछ बच्चे कह रहे हैं सही है. ओके. देखो देंगे एक बार. कोई इश्यू है साउंड का? नाउ वॉइस इज क्लियर. राइट, दैट्स फाइन. सो मैं थोड़ा सा इस एग्जाम की जरूरतों के कारण से थोड़ा धीरे धीरे अंग्रेजी बोलूंगा, और मैं उम्मीद करूंगा कि आप अंग्रेजी में इस बात को समझें. So if you are preparing for RBI grade B, the primary idea is you must know, how to write. छोटी छोटी बातों को एक्सप्लेन कैसे करना. सपोज आपको प्री एग्जाम के लिए तो आपने देख ही लिया है कि जनरल अवेयरनेस का जो वेटेज है वो 80 मार्क्स का. सो ऑफ कोर्स हम लोग रोजाना ही इस वाले हिस्से को अच्छा खासा कवर. एंड ज्यादा प्रॉमिस तो नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन इतना जरूर है कि हम इसे बहुत ठीक से कर रहे हैं। एक फाइल आपके साथ हमने शेयर कर दी है, जिसे हम रेगुलर ही करने वाले हैं। अब जनरल अवेयरनेस में क्वेश्चंस कैसे, जो मेंस एग्जाम में होते हैं वही क्वेश्चन प्री एग्जाम में बेस बना। वन आइडिया इज फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस। जो बाद में क्या होगा, आपसे फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट के रूप में पूछा जाए। और जो फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस है उसमें जो करंट अफेयर्स के क्वेश्चंस होंगे, मूलतः इकोनॉमी, and government schemes. And these questions will become the part of economic and social issues. So I expect most of the student must be able to understand. If you focus on financial awareness area along with all the current developments in economy and government schemes with a background understanding, then you can easily handle. So what shall we do? We will cover in these classes. We will cover three areas. One is general awareness, which is actually current affairs. Then the other is financial awareness. And then we have government schemes, PIB. So we will do current affairs in weekly format. Weekly financial awareness, weekly PIBs, and PDF will be shared. So how do we approach these areas? Let's have a look and try to find out. Suppose यदि हम 2 दिन पुरानी बात करें तो हमने देखा है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने अभी एक फैसला लिया है, जो भी बैंक होगी मान लीजिए कोई बैंक है और हाल ही में पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक की ऑडिटेड रिपोर्ट्स आई हैं, जिसमें कहा कि सभी बैंक्स का प्रॉफिट्स अच्छा खासा बढ़ा है। अब एक बड़ा सवाल, छोटा सा बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, डू यू थिंक प्रॉफिट मेकिंग PSP should be privatized? ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन हो? All public sector banks have reported, a huge 1.5 लाख करोड़ से ज्यादा का गवर्नमेंट को डिविडेंड दे रहे, प्रॉफिट दे रहे। डिविडेंड तो वो डिसाइड करें। तो प्रॉफिट मेकिंग जो पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स है, दे शुड बी प्राइवेटाइज्ड। अब इस पे आपको कमेंट करना है और बताना होगा कि कमेंट या discuss it in the light of strategic sector policy of the government. A simple question, a very simple question. But we are not in the habit of writing these questions, these answers. Generally, we encounter such questions when you go to interview and what you are doing in the interview, they are typically restricted to banking. But when it comes to general awareness in prelims examination, you are supposed to cover everything that is taking place within India as an economic territory and what is the role of RBI in regulating or collaborating or supporting or promoting those activities or the policies which relate to the which relate to any activity of central bank. What is the role of a central bank? पिछली बार जब एक क्वेश्चन आया था, it was about retail direct scheme. Now it was such a revolutionary step in Indian banking that it was likely to be there in the paper. After all, you are opening floodgates for the retail investors to participate in gold investments or government securities, which earlier was not allowed. So, when somebody is thinking of attempting RBI Grade B, then there are many doubts. हिंदी भाषी इलाकों के विद्यार्थियों के ज्यादा यार एक तो ये बहुत बड़ा एग्जाम है तो कुछ मिथ है इन मिथक को तोड़िए मेरा ही मानना है कि इट इज वन ऑफ द इजीएस्ट एग्जाम्स वजह सुनिए आप क्या हो सकती है द पीपल हु आर गोइंग टू अटेम्प्ट दिस एग्जाम मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर वर्किंग क्योंकि ज्यादातर लोगों में तो क्या नहीं है करीज ही नहीं इतना करीज ही नहीं है that they can think about writing RBI Grade B. The question is correct. और यदि किसी में करीज भी है, सो इसके मेजेस्टिक होने का इतना ज्यादा महिमा मंडन है कि दिस aggrandizement of this exam creates fear. तो दूसरा क्वेश्चन है fear और उसकी वजह क्या है aggrandizement. किसी में करीज है तो ज्यादा दिनों तक बना के नहीं रख पाएगा या अप्रोच भी करेगा तो अश्योर्ड होकर नहीं टेंटेटिवली करेगा तो आप में अप्लाई करने का करीज है आप में प्रिपेयर करने का करीज भी है ये भी मान ली और जब आप एग्जाम हॉल में जाओगे तो एग्जाम हॉल में एंटर करने से पहले इसकी मेजेस्टिक जो स्वरूप है उसका इतना ज्यादा महिमा मंडन मिलेगा कि आप एग्जाम हॉल में टेंटेटिवली ही एंटर करोगे आप टेंटेटिव रहो तो जितने लोग एंटर कर रहे हैं वो लोग कॉन्फिडेंट है और कोई आप काम करने जा रहे हो एंड यू आर नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट then how can you expect that this is going to be your examination So most of the people or most of the aspirants who are attempting this examination, they are not very much dedicated or committed like the students who are preparing for other PSBs and SBI PO. So you will find, that most of the students take it as, chalo yaar, double your hand. They just double their hand. करके देखते हैं, हो गया तो ठीक है, नहीं तो देखिए. This casual approach does not help us much. So what to do? You must have courage. You just collect your courage. That's fine. But treat is one of the exams which does not have committed and dedicated students. Yes, this is the truth. Most of the students are working professionals and they do not get so much time like full-time students. They do not get that much time as a fresher gets. After all, they cannot devote much time to quant reasoning and English. We understand that those professionals may be from IIT, they may be from IIMs, so they may be from elite colleges. It is expected that their aptitude is good one. But they do not have that practice time and they do not have that much time to prepare for GA, English, reasoning, and quantitative aptitude. However, they have an extra edge when it comes to interview because they get more opportunity to talk to people, make presentations. So they do not have that fear of making professional presentations. And most importantly, they are doing it every day. So they have better experience in handling professional presentations. But they also suffer from I mean limited, they do not have the luxury of enough available time. So they suffer from the limitation of the time. And in general, a student who has recently been through SBI PO or recently been through other PSBs जिनको आप IBPS PO बोलते हो, good command over these 3 areas. But this arrogance will cost you heavily. You have to practice. You have to practice at regular intervals. Otherwise, you simply lose the sharpness of your response. So maybe the students who have cleared SBI PO, the other PSBs PO, and they are waiting for their, appointment, still they are supposed to sharpen their X often. If you do not do it, they will, you will get out of it. And all those people who are preparing for general awareness, so this area is common to all. And if you do not sharpen your QRE skills often, you will make them blunt. And here making them blunt is attempting a couple of questions less than someone who practices often. So I understand that there are many students who are smart. They have better mathematical reasoning. They can solve most of the questions once they are asked to solve them at home. But when you are asked to solve those questions in the examination hall, it becomes really challenging. So the real grill is striking a balance. And interestingly, most of the students, the coachings, which is available often online, offline coachings are very limited. King's Academy has a dedicated batch, a complete dedicated batch. But most of the students who are preparing for phase 2, right, who are working professionals, they are preparing for phase 2. And interestingly, the students who are full-time students for QRE, they may defeat them, or they may prevent those professional candidates from entering the phase 2. If you stop them from writing their phase 2, then of course they will be out of the competition. And who is selected? The available candidates. So all those professional candidates will be eliminated in the phase 1. If you understand how to deal with your phase 1 paper, along with keep on preparing for phase 2. That's why I call it the easiest exam. Why is it the easiest exam? One of the easiest exams. Reason, the students who have better skill set, but they do not feel themselves confident enough. So first, most of the students do not have courage to apply. They do not have courage to prepare for the exam. The majestic status of the exam is again intimidating. And interestingly, when you before you enter the exam hall, people will make you tentative in your approach. So be careful. And then people are not as much dedicated and committed. We can see it here. They do not have courage. Most of the students, the professional or working professionals, they simply double it as one more option, but they are not so much hungry as full-time aspirants are. So I believe this is one of the easiest exams. Now the question is how to prepare for this exam. Yes, this examination requires a special form of commitment on your side. You are supposed to write answers every day. So see, how shall we do it? In the morning, we have a little advanced level of reasoning questions specifically curated for RBI. In the evening, we will have a specifically curated study material as well as MCQs for phase 1, and we have one descriptive question every day that is for phase 2. What about Quant and English? If you wanted, then we may arrange some special sessions for Quant also. And for English, I will cater to this section and will start it from Monday. It will be based only on MCQs. We will have straight away questions. Theory will not be discussed, but while explaining these MCQs, we will discuss the fundamentals or the basic theory in detail. So see, when you come tomorrow here, we will have some questions based on general awareness and some questions based on, financial awareness, financial management, current affairs, economy, and government schemes. If you want to share something with us, then you may suggest, you may comment in the chat. You may comment in the chat. And these classes are here to support you. Yes, so please, if you have some suggestions, you may comment in, yes, you may comment in live chat. Vandana is there, Parmeshwar Rakavat is there, Ankit, अंकित कैसे हो और कहाँ पोस्टिंग आई? आरआरबी में अंकित पोस्टिंग कहाँ है? ये अंकित इज आरआरबी पीओ. Praveen and Parmeshwar. Anybody? Please. Vandana, do you have something to say? मुझसे संबंधित कोई बात करनी हो इन इन क्लासेस में, आप और क्या चाहोगे? लेट्स टॉक. कल हम इसे पूरे डेडिकेटेड एग्जाम फॉर्मेट के अनुसार शुरू कर दें. नरेंद्र इज देयर. गुड इवनिंग नरेंद्र. सो कैन आई एक्सपेक्ट कि आप लोगों की कोई सजेशन नहीं है? ठीक है, तो हम शुरू करते हैं. आरबीआई की वेबसाइट पे चलते हैं और आरबीआई की वेबसाइट से पहले हम सिलेबस देखते हैं. आरबीआई ग्रेड बी सिलेबस. This is the official syllabus. Phase 1 has objective type questions, 2 hours, 200 marks. Phase 2 has 3 papers. One is for English, that is writing skills. Then you have economic and social stresses, again 1.5 hours. And then you have paper 3, finance and management. And then the other exams are also there. So they are supposed to pick economics and statistics, but for us, for general, it is finance and management. And what about this syllabus there? चलिए हम कहीं से कहीं से भी How many minutes you have for general awareness? Only 25 minutes. For quant you have 25 minutes. For English language you have 25 minutes. For reasoning you have 45 minutes. So one thing is for sure that it is not easy to attempt all the questions. Out of 120 minutes, you have some 200 questions. So you have less than 1 minute for per question. And interestingly, nobody attempts it. So in these classes, we will also try to find out how to now in the mains examination, economic and social issues, 50% questions are objective, 50% questions are descriptive, and these descriptive questions are to be typed with the help of the keyboard. 50, 50, 100. You will have 50 maximum marks, duration 30 minutes. 50 and duration 90 minutes means one paper will be for 2 hours. Then you have 3 questions, again 1.5 hours. And for finance and management, you have again so 2 and 2 4. So you have 5.5 hours examination. Such a lengthy examination. Generally, people are not in the habit of staying in the examination or for such a long time. That's there. Now look at for general, what is the syllabus there? For growth and development, which we will start tomorrow, we'll straight away start, economic growth and development. Measurement of growth, that is national income and per capita income. How do you do that? Poverty alleviation and employment generation in India, sustainable development and environmental issues. Then in Indian economy, economic history of India, changes in industrial and labor policy, and so on and so on. But one unit is growth and development, the other is Indian economy, globalization, social structure in India. Then you have financial system, financial markets, some general topics. So please look at the paper in detail. And then these classes will try to give you, almost a detailed discussion, and we will have a lot of objective questions also. I expect that there are some 2.5 months at least to go before this examination happens. Phase 2. So we have more than 75 days minimum for phase 2. And most likely we have 150 days. Lagbhag. I expect the examination must be somewhere in the month of September, October. So let's see how it turns out to be. But again, speculation is speculation. But I think the examination will be conducted somewhere around Deepavali, not before that. So see, in this examination, the bigger question is, again the same. The number of dedicated and committed aspirants is lesser than any other public sector bank exams. Like for SBI PO, we have students, who are solely dedicated to SBI PO. We have students who are typically dedicated to bank PO only, but we do not have students who are typically dedicated to RBI grade B. And even if there are, the number is not in 3 digits, that is in 2 digits. And I'm talking about, a country which has billions of the people as its population. but still we do not have. So see you tomorrow. We'll start. Thank you for being with us. And if the voice quality and other things are intact, not an issue. Wish you all the best.